Today, we're diving into a significant event in environmental history, a story of tragedy but also of progress, as it led to significant changes in environmental policy. The Great Smog of London. This catastrophic smog event not only impacted thousands of lives but also changed the way we think about air pollution. Let's explore what happened, why it happened, and its lasting impact. In December 1952, London experienced one of the worst air pollution events in history, known as the Great Smog. This disaster occurred over 5 days, from December 5 to December 9. A combination of weather conditions and heavy coal usage led to the formation of a thick layer of smog that blanketed the city. Before we go on the events on that day, let's go back to our elementary science and talk about thermal inversion and why it plays a significant role in making the Great Smog so deadly. A thermal inversion occurs when a layer of warm air sits above cooler air near the ground, trapping the cooler air and any pollutants close to the surface. Normally, air temperature decreases with altitude, allowing pollutants to disperse. But during a thermal inversion, this normal gradient is reversed. During the Great Smog, the inversion prevented the normal vertical mixing of air, causing pollutants to accumulate near the surface. This led to extremely high concentrations of toxic substances like smoke and sulfur dioxide. The inversion lasted for several days, extending exposure and exacerbating health problems. It drastically reduced visibility, brought transportation to a standstill, and overwhelmed healthcare services. And now, let's take a look at the timeline of this significantly historical event. December 5, 1952, the beginning. On December 5, a cold front settled over London, leading residents to burn more coal to stay warm. The high-pressure weather system trapped cold air at ground level, creating a phenomenon known as thermal inversion. This inversion prevented the usual dispersion of air pollutants, causing smoke from coal fires and industrial emissions to accumulate in the atmosphere. By evening, a thick fog had enveloped the city, reducing visibility and creating a yellowish haze that began to seep into homes and buildings. December 6 to 7, 1952, the crisis intensifies. Over the next 2 days, the smog grew thicker and more toxic. Visibility was reduced to mere meters, making travel extremely hazardous. Public transportation came to a halt, with buses and trains unable to operate, and flights grounded due to the poor visibility. Pedestrians struggled to find their way, and many accidents occurred on the roads. Hospitals began to fill with patients suffering from respiratory issues, including bronchitis, pneumonia, and other lung conditions. The death toll started to rise rapidly, with the most vulnerable, children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing health conditions, being the hardest hit. December 8, 1952, the deadly peak. By December 8, the smog had reached its peak in density and toxicity. The air was thick with a yellowish-brown haze, and the smell of sulfur was pervasive. The situation became increasingly dire as more people fell ill, and the death rate surged. The city's healthcare services were overwhelmed, and emergency response was hampered by the lack of visibility and the sheer volume of calls for help. Many public events were cancelled, and daily life ground to a near halt. The smog had even penetrated indoor spaces, making it difficult for residents to find respite from the choking air. December 9, 1952, the beginning of the end. On December 9, the weather conditions began to change as the high-pressure system moved away, allowing fresher air to flow into the city. The smog started to lift gradually, and visibility improved. However, the damage had been done, and the aftermath of the crisis was felt for weeks and months to come. The aftermath. The Great Smog of London resulted in an estimated 4,000 immediate deaths, with later research suggesting the total death toll could be as high as 12,000. Thousands more suffered from severe respiratory illnesses and other health complications. The disaster brought significant attention to the issue of air pollution and led to major changes in environmental policy. The British government passed the Clean Air Act of 1956, which aimed to reduce air pollution by controlling the burning of coal and encouraging the use of cleaner fuels. The Great Smog of London from December 5 to 9, 1952, was a tragic event that highlighted the severe consequences of air pollution. It served as a catalyst for change, prompting new regulations and raising awareness about the importance of environmental protection. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on important historical event. See you next time, and remember, every breath of clean air is a precious gift.